Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge, and I kind of have one of my off-the-wall videos for you here today. As opposed to this being a knife review or really a knife overview, this is kind of just a knife show-off. A couple years ago, my grandfather passed away. I loved him very much. He was a very important part of my life. I'm gonna try and get through this video without crying, guys. Sorry. Love him very much. Miss him very much. Let me just give you a little backstory. A few years ago, my Nana, his wife, had a stroke. Stroke that she didn't recover from. Okay. Stroke didn't kill her, but she has, up until actually earlier this year, just lived in a nearly vegetative state. Okay, she was awake and alert, but unable to talk, unable to totally use her left side of her body, her right side of her body. I'm sorry, unable to totally use the right side of her body. Couldn't take care of herself. And my papa was, it was well beyond his ability to take care of her too. So she was placed in a nursing home, but a very nice nursing home, okay? Just so happened he would go see her every single day, you know, an hour, almost an hour there and an hour back, so 2 hours round trip. He would go early in the morning and not come back home until late in the evening, okay? Would go see her every day, spend all day with her. One day, we're not quite sure what happened. He, on his way to see her in the morning, went off the side of the road, got into a wreck. It turned into a situation where nobody had heard from him all day, so I started calling around to hospitals, see if I could track him down. I managed to find him at one of the local hospitals. Not that big of a deal. It was something he was going to recover from. He had a few bruised ribs, a little cut in his head, if I remember correctly. No big deal whatsoever. But while awake, alert, knew everybody, knew what was going on, knew what had happened, all that kind of stuff, okay? But while in the hospital, wound up aspirating. Due to that, had to put him into a medically induced coma. Never recovered from that. A few weeks later, wound up passing away just from aspirating. So, I'm not trying to make this a sad video. I'm just trying to give you a backstory on what all's going on. So then that left my grandmother alone for, I say alone, of course she had people constantly there, constantly visiting her, but without him for, a year and a half or so, and then she passed away earlier this year. It was willed for me to get their house. That's where I'm living right now. And it wasn't like a surprise when I was a young one, pre-teens, early teens. When they built this house, they were telling me at that point in time, look, this is going to be your house one day. This is going to be your property. We want your input, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I knew the day was coming, but it's still one of those things that you never truly want to come. Of course, I'd trade it all back to have them both back now, okay? But here recently, I decided to go back through some of his stuff, and I came across these two knives. These are knives that I know 100%, this one anyway, know 100% that he used because I've seen him use them. I've seen them on him back when I was much, much younger. This one here is just a standard buck 110. I have actually added this to it for the few times that I do decide to carry it. It was a little nastier than this. It had been kept in its leather sheath, so it had this green patina on it here that I have removed. I've cleaned up the wood. The blade was actually in wonderful, wonderful shape. It was pretty much like this. I think all I did was just do a little bit of, slight bit of cleanup on it, you know, with just some soap and water kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So this was his buck 110. I have gone back and looked at the markings on it. I think I determined that this one is from the mid to late 70s. So yeah, that was he was an avid hunter, first responder. He was a firefighter, paramedic, EMT, all that kind of great stuff. So this knife is definitely a special place, holds a special place in my heart, special place in my collection. I know it's just a buck 110, but there's not a single knife in the world that could replace it or that I would trade it for. This one here, I have no idea what brand it is. It's got the marking on it right there. I don't recognize that one. If someone knows it, please let me know. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it, just to know what brand this knife is. As you can see, it was rusty. It was absolutely nasty rusty. I'm still working on getting this one cleaned up. I have lubed the pivots on these two parts of it here, and they're just absolutely nasty. I haven't tried cleaning up the wood on it yet, or I assume this is stainless steel. I don't know. Haven't tried doing a whole lot of cleanup on this one yet. Just more so trying to get it loosened up and cleaned up on the inside. Like I said, no idea what style or what brand this is. And then this knife here is pretty cool. It actually has like this kind of liner lock on it here. Really cool. So yeah, I know 100% I've seen him carry this one and this one too. So if anyone knows what this one is, I would absolutely greatly appreciate you letting me know. So just showing you, trying to show off two of my most beloved and sentimental knives in the collection. I know there's no knife collection is complete without at least one sentimental knife. You know, whether it be one that was a grandparents or great grandparents that was passed down to you, or one that was gifted to you by a family member. Just cherish those. Don't ever take them for granted. Because one day that person's going to be gone, and all you're going to have left of them is the memories and the, you know, few materialistic things here that help remember, that help you remember them. You know, like I've said, I would, everything that, the house that they gave me, I would trade it in a heartbeat to have both of them back. But I absolutely love these knives. Like I said, they have a special, special place in my collection. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it. I think I managed to get through this video without crying too much, y'all. Just please cherish your loved ones, okay? Don't hold a grudge against a loved one. Don't take their presence for granted. See them every chance you get. Spend time with them every chance you get, because one day they're not going to be there. And that's going to be a hard day, okay? Guys, thank y'all for watching. And same thing I always tell you, like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Check out my Twitter and Instagram. They're both at Palmetto Edge. And y'all have a good one.